Alright, welcome to Chronicles of the Kingdom. Today I am on youth work and the topic is Joshua and the walls of Jericho being knocked down. So I figured I'd do a little video going through the process I used to decide what cards we're going to use in the game today. So basically I play Chronicles of the Kingdom with the youth to help them see where the events that we're teaching on fit in the big picture of Scripture. So, there we go, Walls of Jericho, the fall of Jericho. So, this is about trusting God and His way instead of ours. So, that's the kind of theme that I want to pick out from it anyway. So, there's a whole bunch of stories in the Bible that fit within that theme. So I'm just going to basically go through and start picking out ones that kind of align with that. So that fits. So trusting God. Whether I'll keep that or not is another one. Saul becomes king is loosely because they, instead of trusting God, they wanted a king. So I'll put that to the side. I mean, the exile is a result of not trusting God. So maybe I don't think we need Jesus' birth in this one, other than Mary trusting God. If I could put all of them in here if I wanted to. The fall and the promise is directly not trusting God. Noah had to trust God. The Tower of Babel is one of those. The people didn't trust God, so they built the tower. Call of Abraham, sacrifice. Let's have a look. Joseph did a lot of trust in God. I don't know. Okay, this one is the entire Bible is basically about trusting God. Trust me, and you will live. That's the summary of the Ten Commandments, really. Trust me, and I will give you rest. Let's have a look. There's so many that could go in. Gideon trusted God. David trusted God to defeat Goliath. And the promise. Jonah did not do a very good job of trusting God. Israel exiled by Assyria. These guys trusted God pretty well. Daniel in the lion's den. Esther trusted God. Jesus was doing an awesome job trusting his father in that temptation. Stephen as well. Okay. Maybe all those who trust in God get their crown of righteousness. Right, okay, so these are the ones that haven't made the cut. So that's good. The trouble is, I only want about like 12 cards. I probably will only keep about 12. Maybe less. So we've got too many anyway. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 at the moment. It's more than I want, I think. So 17, including the fall of Jericho. So let's have a look. God told them to do a thing which was weird, and they trusted him. So anyone else with that? I mean, these. So the golden statue in the fiery furnace, Daniel in the lion's den, Esther being made queen. These are very good examples of trusting God in situations that don't look good. Gideon as well. The Noah's Ark. So these are quite good events where there's a thing that's happening, and you've got to trust God, otherwise something really bad is going to happen. So those are quite good. They fit kind of into the same with the fall of Jericho, maybe not. So we got 6, so that's 7 cards there. I'm pretty happy that all of those should stay in. Then we've got, Abraham trusted God. Abraham believed God and it was credited to him as righteousness is a key thing there. But there was nothing bad kind of happening in that one. I don't know. we'll see. That one, you had to trust God or you were going to die. Or your son was going to die. I definitely want Jesus, trusting God, and I want us. Where's the... here it is, over here. Okay, so these are kind of bookend ones almost. Maybe not quite bookend, this is the bookend. So the original opportunity to trust and failure, and then Jesus trusting. So the serpent winning against Adam and Eve, and then Jesus defeating the serpent going through the temptation in the wilderness. So I think those are very good for each, and along with this one, all who trust in God get to live with Him for eternity, basically, and live and rule with Him just as they were created to do. And 1, 2. How many have we got? We've got this one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're kind of there. Let's say 2 more. Are we missing any periods? It's quite good to have someone from each period. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got all the periods. That's good. Very good. We're very exile heavy, but that's fine. Yeah, this is a good spread actually. Okay, so Stephen is quite a good one. I like that one. It's an extra church period one. And then the commandments maybe. Or Joseph. Joseph did a lot of trusting. I realise I'm not entirely on camera for this. Apologies. Yeah, Joseph did a lot of good trusting. I quite like the 10 Commandments though. The 10 Commandments are a bit of a reiteration of the trust me and I'll give you rest. So I quite like that. So we'll go with that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. That'll do. Basically, what I'll do is I'll get them into teams of, normally about 3. We kind of tend to have about 9-ish, somewhere between 6 and 12 people. So 13 works quite well. We'll have one random card in the middle at the beginning, and the rest will be distributed between the teams, so 3 or 4 cards per team depending on how many people come today. So yeah, there we go. So that's the plan, and then I'll talk through the narrative, kind of how I've just been going through. I'll ask them to see if they can spot what the theme is, and hopefully they recognise that there's God being trusted by His people to get them through a situation, for the most part, that is not one you can get through without God. So you have to rely on God, basically. Sorry, I was counting and trying to talk at the same time and failing miserably. So this is about trusting God, and things will go well. Adam and Eve in the garden, if they trusted God, they get to live in the garden and spread throughout creation and rule over creation for eternity, essentially. Noah trusted God by building an ark, even though it was a crazy idea. Seemed like a crazy idea. The Israelites and any Egyptians who wanted to as well trusted God by putting the blood on. The people were called to trust God and honour Him, but they failed in multiple ways. Obviously, Joshua and the Israelites trusting God in Jericho for Jericho to fall down. Gideon trusting God, instead of having 32,000 men, ended up with 300. David trusting God to help him defeat Goliath. Daniel's mates trusting God over Nebuchadnezzar, and he delivers them from the fire. Daniel trusting God in the lion's den. Esther trusting God to approach the king. Jesus trusting his father instead of giving in to the serpent. Stephen trusting God instead of recanting, and then all those who trust God will be raised to everlasting life, and do what Adam and Eve were intended to do in the beginning, which is to rule over creation and spread it throughout, spread God's kingdom throughout all creation for eternity. So there we go. So that's the plan, we'll do that. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good Sunday.